Well, hello everyone. It's me, Vicky, your content coach, and welcome to my excellent podcast series, Grow Your Business. I hope that you find it inspiring, and please remember to subscribe while you're here so that you don't miss out on any useful advice or business knowledge. And you can also follow me on all the major socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Today's episode is a recording of a live interview that I did with Satu from Northern Light Coaching on my Small Business Matters Facebook group. Please do feel free to join the group. If you simply search for Small Business Matters with the Content Quarter over on Facebook, I'd love to see you there. Let's find out what that entails. I'm going to bring Satu on now. This is Satu from Northern Light Coaching. Good morning, Satu.
Good morning. I love your green room. It's nice to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, I just I needed a pop of colour. You know, everything else in the house is kind of white in IKEA, which is great because it's very calming. But in here, I needed exciting sort of colour. So yeah, off I set with the paint roller.
And that's what we do, don't we? We paint our reality. That's what I do all the time, and you do all the time.
Absolutely.
So this morning, I'm all right to assume that we're going to talk about the confidence, right?
That's right. Yeah, apparently. So you've got a little sort of a thing that you're going to do with me. I don't quite know what that entails. To everyone watching, I would love for you to sort of join along with this, maybe put this into practice a little bit later, whatever Satu does. But I'm sure, if nothing else, you'll even just enjoy listening to Satu's amazingly calming, lovely voice. So, take it away, Satu.
Thank you. Well, the reason why I asked you to think of something that we can work on is to really give an opportunity to all the gang, everybody, to join in too. There is this thing that in the coaching world, people say that when someone is getting coached, the whole room gets coached.
Okay.
Because when you hear the storyline, you hear what the people are saying, you hear the questions that are asked, we cannot but actually process them in what does that mean to me? How does that manifest in my life? And in this way, it's going to be much more fun for everyone to observe. It's going to be much more useful because you're going to get benefit out of this test. And you're not a guinea pig. You are a receiver of a wonderful opportunity to sort some tiny little thing out, a little goal, something.
Okay.
Which you have thought. It's like in the Blue Peter, you have prepared something before.
Here's one I made earlier.
Exactly. And the first step, always the first step that I do is to think, what's the meaning of anything really? And with us now, what is the meaning of confidence? What's the purpose of confidence? What do we use it for? What do we need it for? Where do we get it from? Can you go and buy it? Can you lose it? Can you leave it to the bus stop? What is it? And what do we do with it? What do we need it? And when we start these questions, it starts to bring more out of that word, because you see, we conceptualize, we define the world, we color it with our mind and thoughts. And sometimes redefining something opens up a little bit more space that is just really helpful for us in that moment. So confidence. I think often, I do this too, I think often, and I know this goes across the language barriers because I speak many, just 3 or 4, but still.
More than I do.
When you're born in a very, very small country, you're going to have to learn to speak other languages if you want to go out to the world, so it's fine. But it is universal. It's not just you, it's not just me, it's not just Newcastle, England, it's worldwide. We tend to believe that we need confidence to start doing something new. I don't have a confidence to do that. I would really like to do that, but I just don't feel confident enough to do that. That's really quite common thoughts, I think. And what actually happens there inside of our mind and body is that our brain defines what we know as safe. When we are going to do something that we haven't done before, our brain goes pretty like a meerkat mode. And that's when we say, oh, it's out of my comfort zone. I'm not confident enough to do that. But only thing that feeling actually is your sensory awareness that your body has gone to your meerkat mode that is really useful and kept our ancestors alive all those years ago when they were they had saber-toothed tigers in the neighborhood. It was quite a good idea to be on your tippy toes when you're in a different place that is new. So we tend to think that somehow relates to our confidence and ability to start something new. Whereas in actual fact, that feeling is just us embracing ourselves to see if there is something dangerous. That doesn't mean that there is anything dangerous. So then now, if you cared to follow my story, I hope you have arrived to the moment where we reveal, oh, so what do we need confidence then for? What is it? What do we need confidence for? How do we learn new things? How do we do new things? Do you ride a bike, Han?
I do, yes.
Great.
Well, I haven't done in quite some time, but yes, I can.
I love that. And would I be right assuming that there was a time in your life when you couldn't ride a bike?
Definitely, yes. So I wasn't born ready to ride a bike. I think I was about 4 years old or something.
Brilliant. And when you were 4 years old, the first time when you put your leg over that saddle and you sat on it, you couldn't have had confidence to be a bike rider because you've never done it.
Yeah, well, you start off with the training wheels, don't you? You go up and down, and then one day, in fact, I remember it distinctly. My mum, I wanted to. She only let us play in the front street, and I said I wanted to go round into the back lane with the big kids, and she said, "Well, only if you learn how to ride on 2 wheels, Vicky." Yeah. So that was the incentive. So I had to.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And this is the thing as well. I had to. So I'm going to park here a little bit and talk to the gang.
Okay.
I would like all of you to take this moment to think of something that might have been your goal, like in a quite like in this moment. Like one of my goals is to walk and hike to the base camp of Kilimanjaro, but I wouldn't use it now because it's really unlikely that I would be working for it. But if you have something in a more immediate present life and immediate future, I would like everybody to just kind of think of something that you had wanted to do. I mean, I know I have things. I have wanted to look at my website this week and get into your goals, but something inside of me kept me behind and held on me because I was in my meerkat mode. SEO.
Okay. That's interesting to know.
And Vicky has prepared something earlier from home. So what is it? Can you tell me a little bit about it? You don't have to reveal your deep secrets. I'm sure you can keep you're going to keep yourself safe. But what are we working on?
Yesterday you asked me to think of a little something. You gave me a little bit of advanced warning, but I wasn't quite sure what you were going to do with it or what the context was. But I think it would be useful for everyone in the group as well to maybe think of something that they want to do in business, but something's holding them back for some reason. But for me, something it's not holding me back as such, because I'm quite sort of bold and brave, and I just do what I want most of the time. So, but there's something that's sort of perhaps not letting me reach my potential with something. Yeah, and it's not because I'm scared as such. It's, I guess, because it's more of an unknown. And I guess that's because I run 3 businesses. I run this one, I run my floral business, as you know, and I run the third one, which is my online shop called Urbana. And that is quite a new thing for me. Although I've run businesses for almost 10 years now, and even as when I had my retail shop in the flower world, I had an online shop associated with it. But this is the first time that I've run something like a shop that is purely online. It has no retail outlet. It has no, anything. It's its own entity. So it's a real learning curve for me. And whilst I've had the website for months, I've been too busy to do anything with it. And so it's only like this past couple of, well, maybe 2-3 weeks that I've really plowed into it and developed the website and got it ready for an actual launch. So at a stage where I can feel proud of it. So in terms of things that hold me back, it's the sales. I'm thinking, in my head, oh, well, I've got this Christmas launch. If I can reach January with a handful of sales, get me off the starting block, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to just learn something along the way and say, so, which even as I'm saying that, I would tell my clients the opposite to that. I would be saying, well, come on, no, set yourself a goal, aim high, reach that goal, so that's crazy that I'm saying that to myself. So I guess, yes, to answer your question, that's what I felt was sort of holding me back. I've got that in my mindset that a handful of sales will be okay.
Yeah, handful. That sounds like a song from the musical, Handful of Sales. Small pleasures. And that's what it is, isn't it? There is a belief, and we all our reality is based on our beliefs, and beliefs are exactly that. They are beliefs, not true. Good beliefs and bad beliefs, all that we believes. And what it is we cushion it. That handful of sales is quite nice cushion, isn't it? If you believe that there is just a handful of sales, and we cushion it with that, then we're going to learn from it, and it's a nice experience as well. We kind of we sort of manifesting it, some people would say.
Yeah.
So first thing to do is, because this is quite broad though, isn't it? It's very practical, yet it's quite broad. So what I found it helpful in my life, and in many of my clients' life too, is before we go to the inside beliefs, let's see what we can do to it in a concrete reality here.
Okay.
Which we also create in our minds, but never mind. January seems quite far. It's still November. Not very long, but it's still November.
Only just.
Yes, and so loads of stuff is gonna happen. Loads of moments, loads of interactions that have nothing to do with you. Loads of life is going to fit between this moment and January. So I'm gonna invite you to, where do I put my hand so I can show it in the camera? So I'm gonna invite you to bring it a little bit closer. Because at the moment you think about your goal being in January, and it's quite arbitrary still. So if you wanted to have a handful of sales in January, what aspects can you change in this goal? Can you bring it closer? And can you make handful to something else?
Yeah. I mean, I guess even just shortening that time scale would possibly help, actually. If I can make those sales in the next 2 weeks, that then I would be happy. So yeah, I guess just practical steps such as, maybe even just pushing it on social media. I could do a push on social media over the next few days, and then there's lots of online Christmas markets on Facebook groups and stuff nowadays, so I could push that, and just join groups like that. And I've got Google ads on the go and things like that, so just making that push in a shorter time scale, I think would possibly help. Yeah.
Great. So I think this is a great start. So what we do is we're going to bring it from January to 2 weeks time.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you in 2 weeks time? Think about it in your head. But where are you? Is it like beginning of December, mid-December? You might write it in our calendar.
Actually, I've got my digital marketing exam on the 14th, so so I'm thinking before that, so I can do a bit of revision a few days beforehand and stuff. So I would love to sort of see some sort of progress. I've also got an influencer booked in on the 9th of December, so she's going to sort of showcase some of the products and stuff. So yeah, that will hopefully help.
I love that. I'm going to park it here for a very little while to just point out to everybody who is listening that what happened here was that Vicky brought it, obviously, she brought it closer in a shorter time scale, but also not just time, because time is the most abstract thing that there is in the world. It's not actually within our reality. But when we tie our goals into actually our personal timeline, it starts to become more real. So the goal that has been living inside of our mind actually can have a start and begin manifest itself in the real world where our actions happen. Inside the world is real too. However, that sounds really great. So one other thing, the next step when you look at the goal and self-confidence is that so far before is something happened there, and I don't know if you noticed, but your goal was for you to make sales, handful of sales. That's a great goal, but that doesn't actually, you don't have a power for that, because there's loads of people who make that decision. So it's quite good, because, and then that becomes a wish and a dream, and then all this confidence starts to float. If you make your goal of something that you can actually 100% govern, Vicky, with all your power that you have, and I know you have that a lot.
Stop.
So if you make this goal within this moment now into completely governed by you, because all those things that started to come from what you were saying, they were your actions, not someone else buying, because we can't control other people. By your action, you can fulfill your goals. You got quite great things were coming out from there about you.
I guess sort of, it's for me, even just going through this process of talking about it has made it seem a bit more real, a bit less daunting. It's turned it from this pipe dream. Oh, are you gone, Satu? Oh, there you go. It's turned it into this pipe dream thing, and a very vague sort of goal. It wasn't even a goal really, into sort of practical steps. I'm sort of thinking already in my head, over the next few days I'm going to give it a push. I'm part of a virtual Christmas market tonight on the virtual Christmas market Facebook group, I think it's called. So everybody feel free to join that group, because there'll be some good things going on. So I'm doing that tonight. So I'm already making a conscious sort of effort of thinking right, well, I'm going to really get involved in that and comment and share and like and things like that. And then I'm also thinking, right, in my head, oh, okay, over the next week or so, I'm going to maybe schedule some posts on social media and showcase some of the products, or get more of the products on the Instagram shop and things like that. So I'm already, it's not this big sort of pie in the sky sort of thing. It's manageable chunks. It's practical, manageable chunks, isn't it?
Absolutely. And sorry about that. My mother-in-law rang me and my phone couldn't cope with the...
Don't worry. You can join us too. Why not?
Well, this is the thing. When we go to big goals and the confidence and our definition of confidence starts to come and play. So now I'm delighted you have a really doable goal, don't you?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm not a coach that talks about doing impossible, because I don't want to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to do the impossible. I want to do doable. And I know it's not a great battle cry. I'm going to do doable today. But that's the way how we do things. We do doable things. And doable things create these amazing masterpieces. And when you do your story, and when you get your face and your story and your energy to your Urbana, that's how it works. And there's no January, there's no handful of sales in the Oliver has been in my mind now. And confidence, what I would like to leave everybody with this thought about confidence is that don't wait for the confidence to start. You really don't need confidence to put your leg over your saddle and sit on it, because you couldn't have had confidence when you started to ride a bike. And it didn't even feel nice. It doesn't have to feel nice for you to start something new. I mean, I remember the summer of hell with my green bike. It wasn't nice. It was horrible. But I wanted to do it because I had to do it, because I wanted to do it, so I could ride a bike and go out with my mates like you did. So this is with your business. It's your play. It's your game. You want to do this because you want to go forward. You want to go and play with your mates and the world and the clients and your colleagues and everything. So put your leg over that bike and put your bum on that saddle. And don't wait for the confidence to arrive, because what you need is courage. You needed courage to take those
good point. Yeah.
It's courage. It starts with the same letter, so it's quite easy to swap. And I like this metaphor. Do you like food?
I do, as you can tell.
I love food too. And I'm thinking that many of our group likes food too. So I'm going to prepare this metaphor for you. Don't wait for confidence as a starter, because you'll never get fed. You'll never get your meal, because it's a side on. It's an effect. Confidence comes
this is
from
very
doing.
true.
Like when you were riding your bike. Your confidence grows from doing. So if you sit on your table and you think, I need to have a confidence first, it ain't gonna come, because it's a side on. So have your starter as a courage. Sit your bum on your saddle and pedal in a doable thing today and this week. And I'd like us to make a little game. You like games, we all like games.
I do, yeah.
So you have now told everybody about your little thing, and you compressed it and made it a doable thing. I was silly enough to confess that I have been scared of the CEOs, SEOs, and your challenge. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch these lives and I'm going to do it and catch up. I'm going to invite everybody who is watching that, do it, because it just creates a little bit space in your mind, because these things that we keep manifesting inside our minds, they kind of grow and they become bigger and they make us.
You know what? That's a very good point that they do, don't they? It's but yeah, you know what? I absolutely love this metaphor, this thing of the courage first, actually, because yeah, I mean, when you first started riding a bike, you weren't confident. You just like you say, it's courage, it's not confidence. I'd never thought of the two things as being separate before. I'd not even thought of my thing with my online shop as being a confidence issue until we talked about this today, to be honest. But then when I look at it objectively now, what else could it be? I need to be confident with it. I need to practice what I preach and tell other people, do what I tell other people to do. I need to just be confident and start doing, and then the confidence comes after that, after I've made millions of sales on this online shop.
That's right, darling. Courageous Vicky the courageous, instead of Vicky the content coach. Again, it's the same letter. Vicky the courageous is going to.
I'll change that along the bottom there to Vicky the courageous.
Exactly. I hope this was useful for you. I hope everybody. I hope you got a chance to have your thing and bring it along. And if you didn't, then do it now. Do it now and think, if there's something in your mind, bring it out. Make it doable. It's a great battle cry.
Oh, I love that, Satu. No, Satu, this has been great. Thank you. This is like a perfect end to Confidence Week. So really appreciate you coming along. To everyone watching, if Satu has a Facebook page called Northern Light Coaching. She also has a couple of great groups, Mindful Month with the Northern Light, and she has a subscription, Inner Light, as well, don't you? Yes. I follow all of your groups. So yes, she's got all sorts going on online. So please feel free to follow her. And you get to listen to a lovely calming voice all the time then. Brilliant. So yeah, just seeing a couple of comments there. So yeah, Vicky says, yes, that would be great. I've missed stuff and need to catch up. So yeah, the what I'm going to do for everyone with regards to the online visibility challenge now is to get something typed up for you today, just to list all the steps so you can all catch up a little bit, even if you refer to it in the future, and you can just go through it, and that'll help you, Satu, as well, won't it?
Vicky, can I do something really cheeky for the charity's sake?
Oh, go on then. You've been so lovely.
Thank you. What it is that my boys, I have two boys, and they have organized a charity event just 2 days ago.
Wow.
And yes, so and they are the project managers, and I am going to have to get the donations. So this is why I am woman on a mission, as we are. They are collecting money to buy food to the West End Food Bank. Mm-hmm. And I've given them to my online Christmas calendar that gives positive mood states to keep ourselves grounded for this December that is going to be haywire at the moment outside.
So half of your sales from the calendar go to the food bank?
They do. It's only £5. And it also gives the access for the rest of this remaining crazy year to my online group that is Inner Light. It used to be called as a Mindful Month, but it's
That's
Inner
right.
And why am I so busy with this is that because they are project managers, they decided that 1/4 will go to the Christmas calendars for the children. So we need to get to the shop by Saturday so we can get the calendars for children and the food bank. September. So this
Lovely.
is why I have no social grace. I will talk about this to everybody.
No, that's fine. I'll tell you what, Satu, please feel free to pop a link in the group later on, and so people can directly sort of, you know, buy it or message you to sort of sort that out. So it's not a problem at all. Sounds like a great cause. So yeah, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Satu, that's been amazing. You know, you've given us a lot to think about, I think. And everyone, I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week for a pretty special week. We've got Instagram week next week, which is something that I'm sure you all want to learn about. So yeah, special guest speaker next Wednesday, and I'm going to be doing a couple of tips and sessions as well. So have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you all soon. Well, thank you so much for listening all the way through and reaching the end of my podcast. I really do hope that these episodes help you to grow your business and help you thrive on your journey as a small business owner. And if you want to find out how I can help you grow your business through a mix of great, effective content and expert business coaching and advice from an experienced business owner, that's me, then get in touch through my email hello@thecontentquarter.co.uk.